in the corner behind all the bushes, that's an okapi. Okapi are very elusive animals, very shy. They actually were not discovered by Western world, Western science, till about 1901. They were believed to have been a myth before that. A little easier to see from this angle. You notice the stripes on the legs, black and white like a zebra. Makes you think okapi are related to zebra, but they're not. They're actually the only known relative to the giraffe. Coming around the bend on the left is a watering hole. Watering holes are a good animal gathering place. But we'll find some black rhinoceros out here. We might not. Unfortunately, black rhino are an endangered species. There's actually less than 5,000 left out in the wild right now, and that's because of poaching. Poachers are illegal hunters. They sell rhino horn on the black market, the illegal world market. We have found a black rhino way out there to the left. I think we found a second one though, much closer than the first. Yeah, check it out. Looks like this one's been playing around in the mud.
I got it.
Either side of the truck, animals trying to hide in the bushes. Down to the left, that's a bongo. Up to the right, those are greater kudu, second largest antelope in Africa. The bongo we found is a male, and it's all based on his dark color and his thick horns. Females grow horns as well, but theirs are much shorter and skinnier than the male's horns are. More bongo trying to hide off to the left, way back in the bush line. Those ones are female. You see they're a much brighter copper color than the male was. Looks like the river has flooded out on the road. We'll just go poly-poly. That means very slowly and swiftly. Oh, look down in the river. There's hippo down there. Let's try and find some other hippo downriver. I know another place to look. Ooh, downriver to the left, lots more hippo. Let's try and get a little closer. A group like that is called a float. B-L-O-A-T.
Oh, hippo, right there.
Yeah, you see some walking down there. I did say walking. Hippo fully grown are about 5,500 pounds. Despite the size, they are excellent swimmers. However, they prefer to walk. And hold their breath down there for about 2 minutes. They will sleep under the water too. And just subconsciously raise their head up, get the air they need, go right back to sleep. Up ahead, this bridge looks a little rickety, but we gotta keep moving forward in order to turn around. But first, look down under the rickety bridge. Down to the left, there are Nile crocodile. Those crocs can be about 20 feet long at longest. Their jaws apply bone crushing pressure of about 2,000 pounds per square inch. Of course, that means we do not want to make friends with crocodiles. Very good. We're heading out towards a completely different ecosystem now called the Serengeti grasslands. And hopefully we'll find some completely different animals. So I always have those cameras ready. First, coming up on the right, check out this really weird looking tree. This is a baobab tree. Baobab. Also called an upside down tree. So it looks like the roots are on top. They are the branches though, they're just leafless right now. Baobab can be leafless for about 9 months out of the year. Trying to store up water for the dry season. This right here, friends. This is my favorite view out of the whole reserve. Serengeti grasslands can stretch for hundreds of miles across, and they act as a superhighway for millions of migrating animals each year. This is the wild Africa we're working so hard to protect. Start to notice the landscape out here. The grasses, bushes, trees. It's all very well maintained and cared for. And that's thanks to the animals who live here. They are their own landscapers. See lots of the grass is mowed down nice and short. That's thanks to grazing animals who eat the grass like antelope or cattle. As they eat it up, mow it down, that allows newer vegetation to have some room to sprout up and out. If you look up into the trees, the hanging vegetation, so that's all trimmed up by giraffe. They stretch their long necks up, eat the leaves, and that thins out the branches, letting sunlight through. Up ahead of us, we found a herd of grazers out to the left. Those are sable antelope. Sable. Oh, and there's baby sables out there. They're a little smaller than the adults, kind of a lighter shade of brown. Both male and female sable grow the skinny black horns. Female's horns are about a foot and a half, mostly straight. Male's horns are about twice as long, and they curve backwards. I'm sure you've also noticed all the large red and brown mounds around us. These are termite mounds, and they can be hard as a rock. The animals use them as back scratchers or scratching posts. You rub up against them. Of course, over time, that'll wear the mound down. Won't be tall, straight, or skinny forever, so it might start looking like going out to the right, dome-shaped one. You also see lots of trees that have fallen out here. They could have been knocked over by elephants. Elephants are the bulldozers. They want the leaves on top of the trees, the ones a giraffe can't reach, so they knock the tree down. Everything out here has its purpose, and all the animals have their jobs. So as long as they do them, this is a perfectly balanced ecosystem. Plenty of food to go around. Coming up on the left, it's like some white-bearded wildebeest trying to beat the heat in the shade. Wildebeest is an Afrikaans word, translates to wild beast. They got that name for their appearance. The horns, the shaggy hair. Ooh, and giraffe are coming into view. Now the giraffe up ahead is super close to the road, so I won't completely stop next to it, but we'll roll past nice and slow. A little farther out to the right though, out in the grove of palm trees, you can see some big white horns sticking up. Those are Ankole cattle. Their horns can be about 6 feet long at longest, about 20 inches from the base at their thickest. This is a Maasai giraffe we found. You can tell what type it is based on the pattern, shape, and size of the spots. Maasais have a very messy pattern, rough and ragged spots. When they're born, they're already about 6 feet tall. Fully grown giraffe can be about 20 feet tall. More giraffe out there to the left. Oh, and there's baby giraffe. There's a baby back there. Way past all the adults.
Tom, are you taping it?
Yeah.
They're over there.
Yeah. I know. I couldn't get
Lean back a little bit, ma'am. Right there.
It does look like the truck's up ahead of us. He's stopped again. Must be some more animals getting in the road somewhere out ahead of us. Oh, they're moving again. We got lucky this time. We're gonna head out towards elephant country though, see what we can find out there. Unfortunately, both male and female African elephants are targeted by poachers. It's because they both grow tusks, not just the males. Tusks are made out of ivory, which does sell for very high amounts on the black market. Before we get out into elephant country though, we gotta pass by Monkey Point. Look out to the left, there's monkeys trying to hide out there, up around the rocks, around the logs. Those are mandrills. Also some way back in the bushes, kind of a grayish-brown color all over. On face and bottom, very distinct red and blue color though. Most colorful monkey in Africa. And look out to the right, an elephant came into view. Hoping we'll find some more elephants a little later on, so we won't completely stop. It's probably a male elephant though, or a bull, B-U-L-L. The bulls will actually leave the herd at about the age of 15, go live the rest of their life alone. Sometimes though, a group of the bulls, they come together, make their own herd, and that's what's called a bachelor herd. So they're not always going to be alone. Fully grown, the bulls, they weigh about 12,000 pounds. Females are a little less, they're about 10,000 pounds, but right away at birth, baby elephants are 300 pounds. The mamas are actually pregnant for about 22 months. That's almost 2 years. Hoping we'll find some family groups. Family groups of elephants are made up of female adults and the youngsters, mamas and young. And elephants are matriarchal. That means females are in charge. Well, usually one female leads the group, the most dominant female. But up ahead, this bridge looks a little old and rusty, so we'll slow down. Go across poly-poly very slowly. The bridge kind of sounds awful, doesn't it? Sounds like it might collapse under us. But your drivers crossed safely. And so is everyone else, so let's get out of here. Our bridge was making me nervous. Ooh, and look down in the red clay either side of us. Tusk marks and footprints, elephants have been here. Elephants will actually eat red clay and get beneficial minerals from it, kind of like their vitamin. Did see some elephants way off in the distance to the left. We'll try and get a little closer, a little better angle. Oh, there's a couple up ahead, but there's going to be lots of plants in the way. So I'll just go a little slower for a second. But we'll try and get a clearer angle, less stuff in the way. Oh, you know what? We're also getting pretty close to the village. We got Trap of Reed. Sounds like we're getting a little signal. I'll try and find some music. Let's come up a little bit further. Lots of elephants out there. Our scientists have actually been studying elephant vocalizations, learning how they talk to each other. So far they've discovered elephants are afraid of bees, the insect bees. They make a very distinct sound and they run away. We've been using that information to help protect elephants from farmers. Elephants are getting into farmers' crops, eating them up, destroying them. The farmers are getting angry. They're hunting the elephants. So instead, we're trying to encourage the farmers to put up fences around their crops with beehives on them. The elephants come close, they hear the bees, and they go back the way they came, find food elsewhere, safe and sound. It's protecting the elephants, protecting the crops, and the farmers are getting their whole new crop from the bees. They're getting honey, so it's a win-win. Up ahead, we found a flamboyant greater flamingo. Not a flock, but flamboyant. Flamingo are actually more gray. It's not until they start eating their diet of shrimp that their color will change. It takes about 1 year to 2 years of eating it, and that's because shrimp has a color-changing protein called beta-carotene. Same thing that's found in carrots. We're going to cross over into white rhino territory, see what we can find out here. Unfortunately, white rhino, just like black, are target bag poachers for their horns. It is becoming much more difficult to fight back against those poachers too. They're becoming increasingly well-funded financially. And that's allowing them to find and create new and sophisticated ways of hunting. Our reserve, though, is trying to work with other groups to create more armed security patrols. Not just for reserves, but also for out in the wild. So we can do a better job of stopping poachers before they ever get to do anything.
The animals will attack us, right? The animals will attack us, right?
Ooh, up ahead I see a little movement. Looks like cheetah. Up into the hills to the left, about halfway up. They're laying down, just look like yellow logs. They're to the left of a very skinny light brown tree.
It's just kind of tan.
They are the fastest land animal in the world, getting up to a speed between 60 and 70 miles an hour. That's in part helped by their claws. Cheetahs have non-retracting claws, which means they're always out. So as the cheetah runs, the claws dig down, give them a little more traction. Up ahead, this large rock formation is called the Kopie, and Kopies are a good hangout for lions. We have found at least one. It's a male. Very common to find lions just laying around. They are inactive up to about 20 hours out of a day. They're also primarily nocturnal. They are much more active at nighttime. That's when the females go out and do their hunting. It's the male's job to protect the family and the territory, protect the pride. Does anyone know the Swahili word for lion? Oh, I'm sure you do. Simba. Simba means lion in Swahili. Ooh, looked like there were some female lions up there too. Getting a little different angle now. So yeah, it looks like one male and two females all kind of laying together.
Yeah, Ngawa.
Up ahead, lots of holes dug in the ground. These are from warthogs, largest burrowing mammal in Africa. You know, we said Simba means lion, but Pumbaa does not mean warthog. It actually means foolish in Swahili. Oh, and look down at a burrow towards the front of the truck. There's a warthog down there. His little head's poking out. Oh, it's kind of hard to see. The logs are getting in the way. Ooh, up ahead, a couple of small brown antelope coming up on our right. They're called Bontebok. Unfortunately, our friends the Bontebok have been overhunted to near extinction. They're actually no longer found in the wild. The only place you find Bontebok now are in animal reserves like ours, where they're protected.
Do they eat them?
Yeah, they're hunted for their meat, their horns. Imagine if there were no hunting regulations in the United States, how quickly deer, gators, how quickly they'd all go. That's what happened. Up ahead, this bridge looks a little extra bumpy, but Hakuna Matata, no worries, I'll go first. Unfortunately, most of the animals that we protect on our reserve are either endangered or critically endangered. I know I pointed out a few, mentioned reasons. There's also habitat destruction, and that's another problem elephants are facing. See, humans are moving on into elephant territory, setting up mining operations. Those miners are looking for a very precious metallic ore called coltan. Sadly, we are all dependent on coltan. It's used in our electronic devices, our cell phones, our laptops. However, there is a really easy way to help out elephants. When you get a new device, take the old device and recycle it. I know it sounds small, but imagine if every single person in the world who owned a cell phone recycled it when they got a new one. That's a lot of cell phones. Small things add up. I also encourage everyone to do a little research about your own habitat. See if there's any endangered wildlife living in your own backyard. Helping them out could be as simple as just putting out a bird bath or a bird feeder, but you never know until you start looking. Looks like we found one of the exit gates out of the reserve, which means Our safari's almost over. I know, 2 weeks flew by. It was so fun, it felt like 20 minutes. We'll just keep rolling along though till we get back to our Warden's Post. We're going all the way back to where I picked y'all up from. If you want to see some more animals here in Africa, you can always walk along the Pangani Forest Exploration Trail.